What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. So today I have a crypto market update as well as some interesting things I'm seeing in the crypto space, which I'll go over later in the video. So let's jump right into this technical analysis here. So here you're looking at the Bitcoin daily chart. TradingView says we have a strong sell. I think that's more of the very short term. Medium term, we're more in a neutral position here. When you're in this cloud, this is really an area of indecision where you're trying to find which way is this thing going to break. Here, we're making a slight break below the cloud and potentially going to attempt to retest this trend line. So if you look at the Bitcoin shorts, the shorts were going down during that push up higher, consolidated a bit, and now the Bitcoin shorts are increasing. This is showing a buy here. So what's happening is basically people are coming in, making money on the downside, shorting Bitcoin at the moment. So this, to me, is one of the more important charts. You got to see where are the shorts coming in. They're going to have some resistance up here. So if the shorts break out above these previous highs here, then I would expect further downside. If we break down below here, then probably the trend could reverse and go back to the upside. Here on the Fear and Greed Index, we have fear. Generally, this indicates that people are too afraid, which could be a buying opportunity, but not always. Sometimes the fear can increase even further. So you have to watch out for that. But we're not in that greed area where you would expect a quick reversal. So again, like I mentioned, we're retesting a very key area in the trend line here. So the areas I'm looking at are this key 3,800 or 38,000 level, down here at the around 36, and then down towards 33. So those are the key levels: 38,000, 36, and 33,000 that should act as support. So each one of those, if we happen to break one, you would expect some support at that next level at the 36, and that 33 is really a key level to watch here. Hopefully we can at least hold above this 33 or 36 and make a reversal back towards that upside. Ethereum doing the same thing. Sell here. We could just be retesting this trend line. Again, this cloud's acting as resistance. As long as we stay above around 2400, we should be okay. And the momentum is slowing on the downside. The key things to watch here, I think, are really the media hype about the Ukraine and Russia. So I think this is going to be the main driver of the markets in the next week or two. If things de-escalate, I would expect further upside. If they continue to go south, if something really is going on here, which I'm very skeptical of, then we could see a further downside, but that would just be a buying opportunity because the drivers of the market, the inflation, the printing, the just endless spending, the debt, the drivers of the market will still be there. So that would be an extreme fear trade if things continue to get hit like that. Monero. All right, so Monero, surprisingly, so Monero's a strong sell here. What is surprising to me is that Monero never broke out above this trend line here. It just perfectly tagged that trend line and went back to the downside. So here, the key level is 145. We really have to hold that 145 level to keep really this support here. We've still been in a downtrend the entire time on the medium term. So this is one to watch. Again, that key level I'm looking at here is 145. So until I see it hit that level, What I'm looking for is a big candle. Like if you look back here, what you had was low volume. You had this consolidation, and then you had a clear break above that level, and you had volume coming in. So to identify a reversal on the short term, I want to see something like that. Some bullish engulfing candle, a little bit more volume coming in. And then we will know we have a short-term reversal, but we could be testing this trend line again. So here the trend remains down. Disappointing in Pirate Chain here. We had this clear pennant pattern, beautiful pattern, came up, chopped around in this perfect pennant pattern. A lot of times this is a continuation pattern where you break to the upside, but as you can see, right at the end of that pennant, we had a reversal straight to the downside. And again, I think this could be just fear and news related. So here we have to hold above basically a buck, in my opinion. If we break down below that dollar level, I think we could be testing this 63-cent area. We did form a really strong base here, if you can see. I mean, this thing has gone down forever. I would be surprised if we really have that many more sellers down in the market I think you're nuts to sell below $1, but you know, this thing could still keep going, and the more people keep selling, basically the lower that trend is going to continue, and then the lower it continues, the more it's basically George. If you look up George Soros market reflexivity, he is completely correct. The more sellers there are, the more sellers that come, basically. So watch out for that. But again, that key level I'm looking for, I want to see it hold above 1, and then if it breaks below that 60, around 63-cent level, we have to hold that level, otherwise the damage is going to be so extreme. And but this doesn't look too bad. We have some support here in this cloud, and we did have that pump higher, so there is still interest in Pirate. So we'll have to see how this plays out. There's really no clear pattern at the moment. This is more still the continuation of a downtrend, probably trying to retest maybe somewhere near $1. Dero. So Dero has actually been one of the stronger coins here. This is really interesting to see. So similar to Bitcoin, breaking out above that trend line, came up. We got above the cloud here, so this should act as support. Although if you look at the candles here, these are a little toppy. They have these huge topping tails, so buyers came in, got rejected again, keep getting rejected. So we're really at a support level. Again, we're neutral, so I agree there. So this could pop out either way. I would say the key level that you can identify if we're heading lower is really about $11.20. We would have to get a clear break above 1575, and then we could be seeing something going higher. So right now this thing could go either way. Again, it looks a little toppy here. It looks like some topping tails coming in. So one to watch, but those are the key levels I'm looking at: 1120 and what was that, about 1575 here. So one thing I found while doing some research on just general coins is this thing called Akon. So this is a coin that the rapper Akon has created. I'm not suggesting this or anything, and obviously none of this is investment advice. It's just me looking at these markets. Definitely I wouldn't be a buyer of this coin here. The technicals look like trash, but what I want to bring to you guys is the idea here of what he's trying to get. I think is very smart here. So basically, Akon is creating a city in Africa. Akon, he's calling it Akon City, and he has this coin, Akon, that you can use to transact in the city. So he already has a $6 billion construction contract with KE International. So yeah, he's building it called Akon City. So they already have architects working on this idea. So pretty crazy stuff. If you look at the actual coin, so basically it's a sustainable and ecotourism smart city in Senegal, Africa. So basically he wants to integrate blockchain into the city. There's different ways in which that can be used. So different technology partnerships, healthcare, even chat, crowdfunding, raffles, micro lending. You can use it to buy solar energy and also land rights. So there's a number of ways which this can be used. It's pretty interesting what he's doing and what can be accomplished when you're in an area where it's either unregulated or the regulators don't really have the power to enforce these things. One thing I did notice while talking to my accountant is that there are at least in the U.S., unrealized gains are being taxed. So even if you've never sold, the government is saying that you owe them part of your gains just because your coins went up, and every year you have to adjust. So essentially, that's completely absurd. I think it's going to push a lot of people out of the market because people aren't going to want to deal with the hassle of figuring out unrealized gains. But here in Africa, nobody's really riding your ass. Like, what can they do? So Akon is creating this city. So I don't know if this coin is actually going to go up or not, but just the idea that I can create a coin, you can create a coin, anyone can create a voluntary transaction system, peer-to-peer, trustless, permissionless, and transact independently is a really cool thing. So we'll have to see where this goes. I just found it interesting, so I thought I would bring it to you guys. Anyway, just a short update here. Let me know, where do you think the crypto market's going? Let me know if there's any coins you guys are looking at that I missed. I really appreciate it. Take care, everyone, and I will see you in the next one.